Guys, ChatGPT-5 is live, and the rollout's been a bit bumpy, actually. There's a lot of users that have said that the GPT-5 model doesn't feel as human, like it feels cold. So here's what's changed and what you should check out. So what's actually changed, you probably noticed, as the drop down for your GPT-5 is it's the default. GPT-5 is the default, and there's a bunch of different models like Mini and these other ones, Thinking and Pro and all this sort of stuff. But the default is GPT-5 and then just these little changes. Now, GPT-5 is a reasoning model. So on the free tier, people would not have seen this before, but essentially it will think. It will think about a task that needs multiple steps and multiple different iterations on what it's doing. So you'll see sometimes it'll say thinking, and that means that it's going over these different steps, and you can drop down the box and it will tell you like what it's thinking about. So this is new to free users. It's definitely better at reasoning. It's definitely better at coding. It's definitely better at multimodal. And you don't need to change any settings to make it do it. So it's pretty cool. So for the average user that's using the free GPT model, this is a huge upgrade. It's the frontier model on the free tier, which is enormous. Now you don't get many uses of it, of the thinking model, and how you engage the thinking model is a little bit different as well. And I mean, it's going to sound like no brainer, but essentially, if you wanted to think, you can choose the selection of think, or you can say to the model, think hard about this particular question or whatnot, and it will switch over to the reasoning model. And while it's doing this, you can actually click on just get a quick response as well. So if you don't want to get stuck in the thinking, if you don't want it to think too hard, you can just click that. So it'll usually just use the faster model on general questions, and then if it needs to think very hard, it will usually be able to work that out on its own. So like I said, the GPT-5 model, there was a lot of backlash about it not being as friendly, like it's cold. A lot of people were comparing it to GPT-4o. So they said that they missed the warmer and more like validating tone. It was friendlier. And the media picked up on a lot of this, and it sort of like ran away with it. But the model is definitely better. It's definitely better. It's definitely smarter. I've used it for coding. I've used it for put it up against Claude Code, which is kind of like the gold standard for coding right now. And I used it in the Cursor user agent, and it's kind of like the command line version of GPT-5, and it was quite good. There were a few posts that came out on Twitter, and it was like, GPT-5 did all these different things, and it was like remaking the code base, and then it got to the end of it and nothing worked. So it still has some problems. It definitely hallucinates less. It definitely fact checks itself. And there was a situation where I was talking to it and saying, hey, like this thing is not correct. Like, this doesn't exist. And it was pushing back on me. And then I double checked and I was like, oh, actually, you're correct. Like, it is available there. And it was something about the GPT-4o model not being available in the menu. But if you drop it down and go to legacy models, you can actually pick that from there. And it pushed back to me, and it was like, no, it's definitely there. And I ended up apologizing to the model. So it's less, they call it sycophantic. It doesn't just go along with what you say, like you're the boss, and it actually pushes back politely. So that was kind of cool to see. So after that pushback, OpenAI brought back in the GPT-4o model under that legacy dropdown. So, and that's for paid users. Altman acknowledged that the rollout was bumpy, and the model options returned to Plus, Team, and Enterprise. Now, I think the GPT-5 model is really, really good. It's a great step up. I mean, I'm still using Claude for a lot of stuff. I use Claude Code for a lot of the coding stuff. For me, GPT-5 is a cool model. It's one of the use cases that I love at the moment, being a single dad, is I say, like, I'm on my week with the kids, plan me out a simple menu. My son doesn't like this food, he doesn't like tomato sauce, he doesn't like that, and then give it like some parameters, and I say I'm just going to go pick it up from Coles at X suburb. And it will actually go and research what items are in what the layout of the store is and give you a a shopping list in the layout that the store, so you can go from like vegetables to like the milk and dairy aisle or something, and it's pretty good. Like it actually scrapes some of the information from the website and picks it up. So that's one of my use cases, a little hack there. Feel free to use it. So I guess tell me what you're using GPT-5 for. Like, it's got all this extra power. It can think, it can reason, it can look at websites, it can do all this stuff. What's some real use cases that you guys are using it for? If you like the video, like, and if you want to see more out of me, then subscribe as well. Otherwise, I'm out of here. Peace.